Go ahead.
Nithyanandoham Swamiji. So I wrote down my questions, but first I have to ask, what happened in that last session? I've had intense Kundalini awakening and levitation and all of that.
See, the last session, I was working on biomemory, much, much deeper than muscle memory, almost near the God particle. The very core, bone marrow of every person was awakening. The life energy, even in the bone marrow, was getting awakened.
I just had a moment where my body just froze and I felt like a wave of energy came up slowly.
You are right.
There was a point where I was afraid, and then I just told myself, let it go, and it continued. And then I felt myself like floating in space. And it was just a few seconds, but I finally relaxed and came back, but I've never experienced anything like that.
That's wonderful.
Thank you. So to my questions. First of all, thank you for clearing my obstacles. You were clearing them before I even decided to come. I got a raise at work. All my credit cards were sending me increases. My boss had even told me jokingly if I ever wanted to go back to India that I could only go in December. I hadn't even asked for the time off, and I was already being given the time off. So, but the biggest obstacle was leaving my kids. And my two daughters have gone through a lot of depression. And the youngest one especially, she's dealing with anorexia. And she's getting help right now in a group. And it's good because a lot of, I think a lot of versions are coming up. But because she's in this group, she's now taking on the identity of everyone's in depression, and she's telling me, oh, I need to be on medication, and I'm sitting there going like, no, this is the opposite of what I want. So, I'm trying to get her to do something different, and she keeps telling me, you're not being supportive, you don't understand, and anything I say as her mother, she doesn't want to listen to. She just wants to listen to anybody else. And I know part of it's her age, because she's 17, but I know she's connected to you because she sat before you. You've awakened her Kundalini, but right now she's just in an age where she's very confused. She doesn't want to listen to me, and I don't know, what to do about that. So
just because you say she doesn't want to listen to me.
Oh.
Understand. Okay. Next session, show her photograph. I'll heal her.
Okay.
I'll bring healing to her.
But back in 2011, I came to IA in Birdi in December, and I had asked you at the time that I was thinking about going back to school, but I was concerned because of my age and taking on more debt. And you told me only to go back if I was going to complete my doctoral degree. So I'm glad to report that I just completed my master's degree, so that's on my way. But with my doctoral degree, I ended up going into education, and I'm really so interested in the Gurukul school and wanted to see if I could get your blessing to possibly do research on the Gurukul school.
My blessings.
Thank
You can do research.
Thank you. And then my final question is, why did you choose to come during this time in humanity?
Because too many people were asking for me. The prayers were so strong, it reached my space.
I don't even know if I can talk right now. You came to me before I even knew who you were. About 2 months ago, my life changed almost overnight. I just started fasting and cleansing, and I wanted to reach the next level of my enlightenment process, and I've been walking the mountains and working the energies and the ziggurats up in the Crestone, Colorado, where there's stupas and ashrams and all these. I don't know if you know of the place. Very special. But before I knew you, you came to me and you started working me. And it's just, this week is, right now, I am lit up like the brightest light that I've ever felt. And my body's just shaking. It's just shaking. And the tears are just pouring out of me for gratitude and love. I don't know. That's all I can tell you. It's just amazing.
Blessings, that's all.
Well,
What you are asking is happening.
Yes. I've been asking for this for a long time, and you made it happen. And I want to thank you. All of humanity wants to thank you for being here and for coming to us and serving us like this. This is just, it's the wildest dreams you could ever have.
Blessings.
Backside, Swamiji. Hi, Swamiji. I'm wondering if everyone in this room is going to become enlightened in this lifetime. Yes?
You are asking.
Yes.
It is actually individual's decision. If they want, they can become.
Okay, thank you. I'm also wondering, what's your opinion on the vegan diet, raw food diet?
I'll support veganism and raw food. I recommend as much as possible go for vegan diet, and that also uncooked is amazing. But you should make sure the whole thing is grown naturally without the pesticides and the GMO, all that biologically altering, what do you call? Genetically altering, or the pesticides, fertilizers, chemical fertilizers, not natural fertilizers. So if you guys can get back to that natural agriculture, natural organic way of growing and eating, that's the best.
Thank you. I was wondering about, you hear about star seeds and indigo children and crystal children, and are we them?
Indigo children are all conscious beings happening in the body. There is every possibility they can get enlightened. I myself was an indigo kid. And there is every possibility, if they are protected and safeguarded from the psychiatrists and the psychiatric drugs, they can get enlightened.
Okay. And then finally, this question is a little bit more difficult. But I'm wondering, since God is oneness and suffering is one reality, is God also suffering?
No. Suffering is not one reality. Suffering is one delusion. Just to tell you, because all the people whom you saw are suffering, don't take suffering as a reality. Here is a person who is not suffering to tell you I happened.
Great. And then one final, I would just like to ask your blessings to be able to pay off my debt soon.
I'm so much moved, along with everyone, that since morning you have been showering us with hardcore nectar on all of us. And how to express that your gratitude, we have no words. In spite of that, Swamiji, my last days, so many efforts, I could not move with my third eye. And my request to you, sir,
I'll move it today. I'll move it today.
to burn my previous karmas so that
Tatast. I'll really move it today, because today only I'm working on biomemory intensely. I'll move it today.
Mahadeva's play with us. I was annoyed at first that we had to be a long line waiting for the taxis to get here. We didn't have the convenience of going back to our room and all that, although today we only waited a few minutes. It worked great. And then I thought, oh, this is the play of Mahadev, that he wanted us to have the program here in our hotel far away, so we weren't tempted to miss yoga or puja. So we all have to be here all day long and not miss anything. So I think all the drama was for that. It's all good. Second, I'd like your blessings that I could read paragraphs and do demos and all that with third eye.
Tatast.
And finally, I want to hear your story of you and Arunagiri Yogeshwari. I heard it in 2007
I'll tell the
live,
story.
and it's such an amazing story. It had a huge impact.
I'll tell you.
Great, thank you.
Nithyanandam Swamiji. I've been a devotee of Satya Sai Baba for the past 18 years. And 6 months back, he guided me to you. So I've gone from, thinking all the time about Baba to now thinking all the time about you. So
Actually, it is not too different. Maybe the form is little different. I have tied the hair and... Please understand, the Guru Tattva is one and the same. It assumes different bodies at different times, raises different people. That is why whenever a master leaves the body, his sincere disciples, he always picks them up and moves them to a living master. Understand?
But I have this guilt cropping up, like, I'm just leaving him.
Nothing. You have not left him, you have come near him.
Okay. Thank you.
But backside,
Relax.
Swamiji?
See, if you are leaving him, why will he show you? Why will he guide, move? Understand? All right, don't worry. You relax. He will appear in your dream and tell. You don't need to have a guilt. And you are on right place.
Okay. Hi. I just wanted to share something. I requested your blessing for a sailing project last week. And the next day I was offered £3 million, which is about $5 million to complete the project.
My blessings.
So, just to put that into some kind of perspective, I've been looking for the money for like over 10 years. And the day after I asked you for your...
Oh, my blessings. I understood that. Go ahead.
Obviously, I want to win the race and set a new record, but the main intention is to change 400 million people's lives.
My blessings. Tatas.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, so I know you've talked about how specific, patterns or incompletions tie to certain cognitions, right? Or, so I was wondering, in order to help me understand better, what was the cognition or incompletion that triggers the need or the happening to abuse a child sexually or abuse another person sexually?
That is actually too much of loaded perversion. It is not actually sexual drive. It is a perversion.
So I have some question. What is forgiveness and apology? If somebody did bad to us and if somebody forgive us, shall we give?
See, actually, no, I am telling you. Forgiveness is actually setting somebody else free and realizing you were the prisoner all these days.
And I also wonder about the different dreams. Like some people said, if we dream something, this thing happened. Do we have to believe or does it come true? Dream.
No, dreams don't bother. Even your waking state itself is useless. What about dream state? Come on, forget it.
And during the process, Swamiji, I could feel some heaviness in there. Up to shoulder level is stopped. I can't feel something up there.
I'll move it now again.
Nithyanandam Swamiji, I'm so blessed to be in this last flight. I mean, it was from the first day it's a takeoff and attending IA after IA, this time it's so amazing. And before I could bless myself to come to this program, when I attended this program for the wealth creation, you had blessed me, and the whole family is here. I'm really blessed. And during this session, it was like a huge light shaft coming and spreading like a blanket, and really my 5 sense organs like closing down. It's an amazing, intense peace and resting. It's an amazing experience that I got today, Swamiji.
My blessings.
Yes, thank you, Swamiji. And also I would like to share one of my experience that happened. After the Kumbh Mela, when I went back home, I fell sick. And first 2-3 weeks I actually ignored it. And after that, my whole body was like collapsing. I couldn't breathe. The circulation was not happening. Totally it was failing. But in spite of all that, being with a guru and God with past 2-3 years, my consciousness was I was a witness for myself. and I could see the body getting into a deep shock when I was sick. And I couldn't close my eyes for more than 24 hours but we had the satsang on that day in my house, and the Mahants immediately contacted you and got the blessing, and I was in a complete surrender. That was the moment in my life that I felt I just surrendered. That was my first experience of total surrender. And when that happened, I started listening to your videos. Though my body is not functioning, but I am fully aware what is happening, and listening to your videos after videos. I listened to this, your satsang on this Kannappar story. My eyes couldn't close. I realized after listening, I could not close my eyes. Something like consciousness leaving me or something happening. And I suddenly told my husband to heal me at the fear chakra. By healing and relaxing my body, I closed down, and by healing, I got better and better, and I felt like something like a stone in the biomemory level pulled out, and after that, it's a takeoff. From that moment, I am so blessed to be here in this.
Enjoy. Blessings. Go ahead. Please go ahead.
Swamiji, lots of gratitude. 45 days ago, I didn't know anything about you, about this Sangha. I was in Tiruvannamalai, and somehow you came in a dream, in a fancy Bollywood movie.
When you went to Tiruvannamalai?
In November, beginning of November.
Then you know from me. You know me from
I
that
know.
day. Come on.
You born. So I've been very blessed in this life, meeting many incredible teachers and masters, and somehow I get here. Even when I could not get my Indian visa, because this program was supposed to be in India, then they told me, oh, it's coming into Phuket. I live here in Thailand, and so you came here.
You came to my place, I came to your place, that's all.
I just want to say that after 45 days, this soul is completely surrendering to you.
Tatast. My blessings.
I also want to ask for a blessing to remove any karmic blockages that prevent this
I'll
soul
clear it.
to freedom.
I'll clear it. I'll clear it.
I'm so overwhelmed with gratitude for being here and for all the help that I got to get here through your Mahant Paul. His parents, they were so persistent, despite the fact that my husband was so much against it. I even had to give my promissory note to him that I will not see you anymore later on. I am going to break it, believe me. So I definitely want to see you every second of my life. It feels like we should not separate at all. And you know, when I first came in February...
Actually, we can't be separated, don't worry.
When I came in February to IA and I saw your beautiful Gurukul kids, I was so impressed during Mahashivaratri that I saw a dream that I can read. And this dream was so vivid. I could see the Sanskrit text, but I couldn't understand the meaning of it. I think this time I'm asking for a blessing to not only be able to read through the third eye, but also
my blessings.
to understand. And also I'm asking for a blessing to be able to perform in this body all the functions that I needed to support during the Homa, to sit properly, not to have, you know, allergies that...
I'll make it happen.
Thank you. And
Blessings.
also to get rid of all the fat of the body that prevents me from having all the joy and jumping up and down with your young generation of people. I have a question about the death, whether it's possible, the way in Madurai, Ramalingam went to light. Is it possible for us to leave the body? Is it a nearby energy, and can you bless us?
It is possible, and I'll give you that science.
Thank you.
Blessings. Go ahead.
Namaste, Swamiji. I need your blessings to study Sanskrit through my third eye and experience Vedanta in life,
You will have it.
and the intelligence to download any Shastras whenever I require.
Tathastu.
And for our family, we need liberation in this birth.
Blessings.
Thank you, Swamiji.